i-acknowledge natin yung presence mo, di ba? Kasi number 3. We acknowledge the president, the presence of Secretary Martin. Ano sa baba na? Ah, okay. Tama na. Okay. Okay na, ito na tayo. This one.
So now may we request everyone to please settle down and proceed at your assigned seats. Our guest of honor will arrive in a short while.
I-open na natin yung bank, yung truck, world class yun. Airport. Airport, world class yun. Ready na kami doon sir. Gulay sa pinto, ko kayo.
Kita na. Kita lili.
Our president is now being briefed by the Light Rail Transit Authority Administrator, Ronaldo I. Broya.
Mayang sa buhok lang. Matagal na inantay ng mga tao ito sir. 20 years. Ikaw ang nakatapos. Oo sir, pagpili ko din yan. Maganda at teamwork mo namin in general. Alam mo sir, yung isang malaki makikinaram dito, mamaya may mga estudyante. Kasi yung ruta nito, doon sa University District sa Flower Directo. Mga estudyante. University Bell. Ha? University Bell. University Bell.
Ito social distancing sir, no? Distancing sila.
Hindi yung ating standard.
Yan.
Although 18 years old na ito, sir. Ito ang tira na ito. Maayos pa natin ulit.
Hindi yan dapat. Maganda talaga ang pagkakadala ko. Sobrang ganda. Kasi madami makikilala. Tatlong stasyon pa eh. Marikina, Pasig, Antipolo. Ilang kilometro na? Lahat sila duda nung nag-umpisa naman ang tren. Eh kung umpisang maumpisa ng tren, ay mo, tapusin ko rin pati yung papuntang lang.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. We may now all be seated. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the inauguration of the LRT Line 2 East Extension Project at the Antipolo Station in Antipolo City, Rizal. To formally begin our program, may we call on stage Light Rail Transit Authority Administrator Reynaldo I. Beroya for his welcome remarks and presentation. A round of applause, please.
To our distinguished guests, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Senator Christopher Bongo, and other members of the Cabinet of our very diligent President, the OTR Secretary, Art Tugade, and the rest of the OTR team, Minister Masahiro Nakata, Charge d'Affaires ad interim from the Embassy of Japan, Mr. Eigo Asukisawa, JICA Chief Representative, to our partners from the local government units, to our consultants, contractors, LRTA officials, media friends, and other stakeholders, good afternoon. Magandang umaga po sa ating mga guardians. With great exultation, I am very pleased to welcome you all today as we formally inaugurate the LRT2 East Extension Project. The need to extend the LRT2 existing system to Antipolo was seen 2 decades ago through a study conducted by the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA. The nod was given in 2012 by the National Economic and Development Authority, leading to a groundbreaking ceremony held in June 2015, followed by groundbreaking ceremonies in June 2017 and April 2019 for its packages 2 and 3. paving its way towards the golden age of infrastructure. This railway extension project is set to leave a modern purple footprint to the current administration's Build, Build, Build program. It is the fulfillment of government's promise to ease traffic congestion and to provide safe, reliable, and efficient mode of transportation to our commuting public from the eastern part of Metro Manila and the province of Rizal. Looking behind this project, please allow me to give my snappy salute and sincere gratitude to the busy men and women who made this extension successful. The Department of Transportation, the LRT-2 East Project Management Office, the contractors, consultants, and of course, all the laborers for dedicating their heart, blood, and sweat for this remarkable toil. The journey of completing the LRT-2 East Extension Project has been challenging, but it's all worth it. Despite the pandemic, this project has come to completion. And finally, the LRT-2 train will traverse the Marikina Pasig Station and Antipolo Station starting July 5, 2021. At this point, may I invite everyone to direct their attention to the screen for the audio, video, visual presentation of the LRT-2 Extension Project. Maraming salamat and welcome aboard. Mr. President, sir, issue of office.
Sa wakas, paparating na ang pinakahihintay na bagong Marikina Pasig at Antipolo stations ng LRT Line 2. Ang LRT-2 East Extension Project ay bahagi ng Master Plan for Metro Manila noong 1999 sa Metro Manila Urban Transportation Integration Study. Naaprubahan ito ng NEDA Board noong September 4, 2012. At sa wakas, matapos ang halos 2 dekada, pasisinayaan na ang proyekto ngayong July 1, 2021. Ito ay may habang 3.8 kilometro na magdurugtong sa existing LRT-2 line na tumatahak sa mga lungsod ng Pasig, Quezon City, San Juan at Manila, sa lungsod ng Antipolo sa lalawigan ng Rizal. Dahil sa LRT-2 East Extension Project, mula sa kasalukuyang 2 hanggang 3 oras, inaasahang bababa na lamang sa 40 minutos ang biyahe mula rekto sa Maynila patungong Antipolo, Rizal. Tinatayang 80,000 na pasahero rin ang madadagdag sa kasalukuyang 240,000 passenger capacity ng LRT Line 2. Ang proyektong ito ay nagkakahalaga ng 9.51 bilyong piso na pinondohan gamit ang Official Development Assistance mula sa bansang Japan at budget mula sa pamahalaan. Katuwang ng DOTR at LRTA sa konstruksyon ang DMCI, Marubeni, DMCI Joint Venture, expert railway engineers at consultants mula sa FDSC, KRNA Susang Consortium at CMX Consortium. Sa gitna ng pandemya, nagpursige ang Department of Transportation at Light Rail Transit Authority na gawing tuloy-tuloy ang konstruksyon ng LRT-2 East Extension Project upang sa wakas ay may sakatuparan na ang isang pangarap na halos 2 dekada nang hinihintay ng ating mga kababayan. Hatid ng LRT-2 East Extension Project ang mas mabilis, maginhawa at ligtas na biyahe ng ating mga kababayan na nangangahulugan na mas maraming oras na ang maaari nilang igugol sa kanilang trabaho at pamilya. Arriving at LRT-2 Marikina Pasig and Antipolo Stations. Paparating na sa LRT-2 Marikina Pasig and Antipolo Stations.
Thank you, Administrator Beroya, for that message. A round of applause, please. And at this point, may we enjoin everyone to witness the unveiling of the marker of the LRT Line 2 East Extension Project. May we request the President, assisted by Department of Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade, Light Rail Transit Authority Administrator Reynaldo I. Beroya, and Senator Christopher Lawrence Bongo to proceed at the center stage to lead the ceremonial unveiling of the marker. Ready, Mr. President? On the count of three. 3, 2, 1. The marker reads as follows. LRT Line 2 East Extension Project inaugurated by President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Republic of the Philippines, Antipolo City, Rizal, July 1, 2021. Built under President Rodrigo Roa Duterte's Build, Build, Build program by the Department of Transportation together with the Light Rail Transit Authority. A 3.8-kilometer extension project designed to enhance mobility in the eastern part of Metro Manila and the province of Rizal for the Filipino people and the traveling public. Thank you very much, Mr. President. At this point, may we call on stage Department of Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade to introduce our guest of honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, alam niyo ho, bago nagpandemya ang LRT2 extension, meron ho silang ridership. Ang ridership niyan noon ay 240,000 passengers a day. With this LRT Line 2 East Extension Project, nadadagdagan at madadagdagan yung ridership ng mga 80 hanggang 90,000 full capacity and assuming the new normal. Kaya nga ba't ang magiging kapasidad nitong bagong LRT with its Eastern LRT extension, ang kapasidad ho niyan magiging 320,000 ridership per day. Ano ho yung mahalaga dito, Mr. President? Mahalaga dito because ito ho yung isang alignment ng tren na kung saan ang malaking makikinabang ay ang mga mag-aaral. Kasi po, Mr. President, itong LRT2 extension at babaybay at dadaan sa tinatawag natin na University District sa Claro M. Recto. Bago nagpandemya, ang mga estudyanteng sumasakay dito sa LRT2 ay 40% ng total ridership, mga 80,000. With this extension, and we project the 40% percentage capacity, magkakaroon ho ang mga mag-aaral. Kagamit ng bagong pamaraan, sila ho ay mabibilang sa tinatawag natin ng mga 110 ridership additional. Malaking bagay ho ito, Mr. President, at sasabihin ko lang kung mararapatin. Pag nagbiyahe ka sa Claro M. Recto sa University District, papuntang Antipolo, by land, walang tren, ang biyahe ho between 3 to 4 hours. Ngayon ho, Mr. President, with the LRT extension, if the students will travel, ang mga ngalakal magbabiyahe, yung biyahe na 3 to 4 hours, papunta at pabalik sa Antipolo, magiging 30 minutes na lang po yan. Ang ibig sabihin, maraming oras na ibibigay sa pamilya, maraming oras na ibibigay sa pag-aaral, maraming oras ang ibibigay sa ating pagnenegosyo. In other words, Mr. President, LRT today is submitting to you a project to comply with your mandate to make the Filipino life convenient and comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, having said that, it is my deepest honor and esteem to introduce to you the father of what I call the father of the modernized Philippine railway system. Isang tao, isang tunay na Pilipino na malaking inspirasyon, tulong at suporta ang binibigay sa kagawaran nang sa ganon magawa namin ang aming mandato to make the Filipino life convenient and comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic, Pangulo Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kindly sit down. Thank you. Let me greet the personalities present. Executive Secretary Salvador Medjaldia, Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade, Public Works and Highways Secretary Mark Villar, Presidential Advisor for Southern Tagalog Casimiro Henares Jr., MMDA Chairman Benjamin Abalos Jr., Senator Bongo, Deputy House Speaker Roberto Puno, Embassy of Japan, Charge Affair Nasahiro Nakata, Rizal Provincial Governor Rebecca Henares, Antipolo City Mayor Andrea Henares, LRT Administrator Rinaldo Beroya, PPA General Manager J. Daniel Santiago, PNR General Manager June Magno, Angono Municipal Mayor Jerry May Calderon, Taytay Municipal Mayor Ricardo Gacula Jr., the third, number second, former Governor Casimiro Henares the third, JICA Chief Representative Ego Asu Kisawa, fellow workers in government, other invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to be a part of today's inauguration of the Light Railway Transit Line 2 East Extension Project. One of the hallmarks of this administration's strong commitment to provide a better transportation system for all. Allow me to thank the hardworking and visionary workers and engineers who took part in the planning and construction of this railway extension and the two new stations that we opened today. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga manggagawang Pilipino. Let me also commend the Department of Transportation and all its key private sector partners for the completion of this key project, despite the difficulties posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Your efforts and determination show that our government stops at nothing to carry on with its mandate to serve the people's interests no matter the circumstances. The opening of the two additional LRT2 stations, one in Marikina and another in Antipolo, will increase the line's daily capacity by 80,000 passengers. The usual 3-hour travel from Recto to Manila to Masinag in Antipolo will now be just 40 minutes. Indeed, this project will improve mobility and ensure transportation connectivity, especially in the busy part of Metro Manila. Now our commuters can travel faster, be more productive at work, and enjoy quality time with their loved ones, especially in the middle of this health crisis. Now, our commuters can travel faster, to be more productive, and enjoy quality time in travel to and fro from their work. Let me assure everyone that these developments will be responsive to the challenges of the 21st century and beyond, so we can adapt and respond to expected challenges of the times. Let me assure you that we will fully reap the benefits of our Build program as we continue to overcome the pandemic and gradually reopen our economy. I encourage everyone to help government in creating an environment that will allow the safe reopening of the economic activities. We can do this by getting vaccinated against COVID-19 and continuing to follow minimum health standards at work and in public places, especially in public transportation facilities like the LRT. To my kababayans, I invite you to remain steadfast in this journey as we reach our final destination of achieving a more comfortable and dignified life for every Filipino. Maraming salamat po. And for those who are here and are known to me, my apologies, I cannot search you out in the crowd, and it's the eyes. And of course, I do not have the list. But even then, I would say thank you for everything. Salamat.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. May we request everyone to please be seated. Thank you so much.
Binulungan ko si Art. Sabi ko, Art, pwede bang isa, dalawa, o kaya mo 2 linggong libreng pasakay para naman maligayahan yung mga tao, lalo na yung mga estudyante. Can I ask for a moratorium sa bayad libre for 2 or 3 weeks? 2 weeks raw. Kaya daw niya. Mabuhay si Art Tugadi. You know, I do not, I've been saying this all over again, being redundant about it. But this guy was our valedictorian sa law school. Alam ko talaga na marunong, kaya ito ang una kong pinagkausapan na samahan ako sa journey ko of my presidency. And of course, si Secretary Villar, sila yung nag-perform exceedingly well. And I thank them. Halika. Si Secretary Villar is responsible for the endless highway sa Luzon. If you travel Luzon, there are many shortcuts now, and travel time is reduced by almost one half. I'm really grateful for their services. These are my idol sa gobyerno. Maraming salamat po. Saan tayo? Yes, what is your problem?
Sir, I don't have a problem. I just want to ask a question. Good afternoon po. I'm Maricel Halili from TV5. Sir, medyo lilihis lang po ako ng topic because after your talk to the people last Monday, Senator Manny Pacquiao released a list of government agencies na allegedly involved daw po sa corruption, including the
Lingaro ka, I
DOH.
cannot make out.
Ah,
Sorry, kasi may ano ka.
Hi sir, magandang hapon po.
Tanggalin mo na lang yan. Sabay na tayo magka-COVID.
Sir, magandang hapon po. Maricel Halili po from TV5. Sir, last Monday, after your talk to the people, Senator Manny Pacquiao released a list of government agencies na allegedly involved daw po sa corruption, which includes the DOH. How do you plan to respond to that, sir?
Well, I will tell everybody that kung mention sila ni Pacquiao na may corruption, that they should cooperate 100%. Yung mga, alam mo, yung sa health, yung FedOrWard nila, yun yung mga accounts na bayaran ng World Bank, pati Asian Development Bank. Ang yung papel doon, nandoon na pinumard na ata ni ano. So, if the Pacquiao does not know it, I've been telling people that itong gastos ng pandemic, naghiram tayo ng pera sa World Bank, and kung may obligasyon tayo, all they have to do, yung mga creditors can go to the World Bank and claim their dues. Wala hong hinawakang pera. So, maghanap pa si Pacquiao ng iba. Siya yung may sabi may corruption. So, it is his burden to identify the office, and failing to do it, failing to prove his case na may corruption, mahirap talaga itong, you know, when you are a champion in boxing, it doesn't mean to say that you are a champion in politics. So he's blubbering his mouth, tapos na. I am waiting for result for the next department that he would choose to investigate. Pero imbestigahan niya ito upuan niya ito. Upuan niya ito, mag-imbestiga siya, huwag siyang padaloy-daloy. At kung meron man siya ibang kompromiso, yata he has a scheduled fight, but suddenly nag-back out. Probably he knows that he is too old for that. And failing in his boxing career, kung matalo siya, he's a gunner actually.
Sir,
Kailangan manalo siya. Pag tatalo siya,
Sir, does it mean na Senator Manny Pacquiao is totally out of the picture when it comes to the presidential and vice presidential bet of PDP Laban? Does it mean that you will not support him in any way?
well, actually, si Inday wala pa. We were holding, nirindahan namin yung kabayo namin. Because we had, nandyan si Pimentel, siya, and others. But suddenly, he could not maybe wait for the announcement that PDP will go for him. Ayun, nagwala, nagsabi, corruption dito, corruption doon. He has been with government for so long a time as a senator. My question to Pacquiao is, bakit ngayon ka lang nagsalita? At bakit umatras ka doon sa boxing? Kasi alam mo, kung matalo ka, you are a gunner. Wala ka talaga.
Sir,
Yan. Those are your inconsistencies in your career. Tagahintay kami kung sino pa. Pero I expect him to sit in Congress. Do not go anywhere. Finish and find out the corruption that you are talking about. Kung mag-report ka lang, dalawa, isang buwan, then I would say that you are a shit. A shit is a shit. Magtrabaho ka, hiningi mo yan, nandyan yung mga papel, start investigating, do not go elsewhere. Comply first with your duty as a senator. Tapusin mo yan, nandyan yung mga papeles. Huwag kang pa-absent-absent.
Okay. Salamat po, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. I'm Joyce Balancho from ABS-CBN. Just like to ask, sir, what's the final decision? Do you have a final decision whether or not you will run for Vice President? Because some are saying medyo confusing daw po yung recent remarks ninyo on
You are
alok
from
sa inyo.
ABS-CBN.
Yes, sir.
So ABS-CBN is expecting me to lose because they were campaign against me.
No, sir.
But what hindi
So
ko
I'm
na,
just following up a story regarding a possible vice presidency that you might seek since you've mentioned some of your sentiments in your previous public speeches.
pang ano lang yun sa political leverage, you would know what is a lame duck. Kaya ikaw, hindi ka talaga papayag na maging shit ka rin. So nandito ka, you try to posturing yan, political posturing, so that they would not treat you badly. Kasi paalis na ako eh. Ngayon, kung tatakbo ako ng Vice President, manalo ako, kung hindi ko ka-aliado yung Presidente, all I have to do is to join the military and the police in the fight against crime, drugs, especially criminality, and all. And also maybe go around the ASEAN countries for a more cohesive relation between them. Kasi wala na ako eh.
Sir, you are down to your last year as president. Where do you plan to focus on?
Again, I'm down to the last.
Your last year as president, where
Yes.
do you plan to focus on?
What?
Saan niyo po balak, sir, na mag-focus po in your last year as president?
Po.
Apo.
Yun, nasabi ko sa iyo. Maybe at this time you can say that maybe para to maintain the equilibrium sa lahat, consider me a candidate for the vice presidency at this time. Pero sabi ko naman, space, kasi si Romualdez, kasi I promised him, ganito ang nangyari niyan, ulitin ko. Noong bagong eleksyon, pagkatapos, nagpunta si Lord Velasco, si Speaker, pati si Cayetano, nag-ano sila kung sino talaga. Pumasok itong latecomer na si Romualdez. Sinabi ko kay Romualdez, I pulled him aside in one corner and I whispered to him, wag mo na lang guluhin. Because if you run for Vice President, I will support you. So if Lumardes would hang on to that commitment, sabi ko nga, if there is space lang, kung wala,
Last na lang po for me, Mr. President, why didn't we call for the extension of Bayanihan 2 funds? I believe, sir, yung Bayanihan 2 law has already expired and some are saying sayang daw po na hindi po na-extend. There are many projects of the government, especially our COVID-19 response, that are not yet funded as of this time.
Hindi ko nakuha ito, but ang ating kasing problema, the real problem can be answered in one statement. Yung supply. Right at the beginning of the COVID, when everybody was scrambling to get hold of vaccines, were it not for China who donated, that was our first grab. And subsequently in trickles. Palit-liit lang, 50,000, ganon. Then another 1 million, I think, from COVID. Yan ang problema natin. I do not see any problem kay Galvez. I do not see any problem kay Health Secretary. Gusto nga nila paalisin. Sabi ko, bigyan mo ako ng rason na paalisin ko ito, si DOH. Wala akong nakitang kasalanan. Bakit ko tanggalin? Against the advice of the many, even cabinet members, sabi ko, I will stick with the man na walang kasalanan and working only, doing his job. There is no coherent reason why Duque should be out. Pero kung gusto niyang umalis, ibang istorya yan. Pero really, mahihiya ako mag-ano ng tao na walang kasalanan. After all, ako yung sabi sa kanya na join me here. Yung sa sinasabi ni mo sa vaccines, as they come, but remember that we have yung dumating ngayon should be intended for the second dose. Kailangan iuna muna sila. So when you say that there is 1 million, and if there is already 1 million vaccinated for the first time, that 1 billion will go to them for the second shot.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. President. I'm Mela Las Moras from PTV4. Sir, ilang araw na lang, ilang linggo na lang ay huling State of the Nation address nyo na po. Ano ang dapat abangan ng ating mga kababayan at ano po yung mga maipagmamalaki yung legacy ng Duterte administration?
Nothing. All I want the people is to just look around. Ito, ang ganito. Hindi ko ipagyabang. Una-una, hindi ko ito pera. That's not my money. All I would just say is that we built and that's all. I will not crow about it in public because sabihin na ito, hindi mo pera yan. Bakit ka sige payabang dyan? Of course, the industry of those who were really on the ground, sila Tugade, sila Villar, ayan, Beroya, General Beroya, yun talaga ang nagtatrabaho. Pero ako, I will just mention what were the projects completed without necessarily attributing the miracle to me. Worker ako ng government, nagtrabaho lang ako. So wala akong dapat ipagyabang. Nandito lang ako to say that it is completed. But after that, I will shut up. It's not my style to banner. Iniisip ko muna ito ba akin, personal, pwede ko pang ipagyabang? Ako ang akin, okay. Pero kung mga ganito, ito ba'y pera ko? Ako ba'y nagpagod dito? Ako ba yung nasa ground? Sila. So sila ang dapat, the workers of government, especially those who are appointed and who have worked so well, yun ang dapat. The credit should go to them.
Opo. And panghuling katanungan na lamang po, Mr. President, ngayong araw lang kasi actually kanina lamang itinaas ng FIVOC sa Alert Level 3 ang status ng Bulkang Taal. Ano pong masasabi nyo rito? Ano pong paalala nyo sa ating mga kababayan at lokal na pamahalaan doon? Magkakaroon po ba tayo ng command conference ukol dito?
Not necessarily. Hindi ko malaman kung dumaan man kami kanina. Kunti mo lang na lang ako. Siguro lagyan ko lang ng cap. Yung butas. Paano na yan?
May paalala po ba tayo, Mr. President,
Oh,
sa mga
well,
kababayan natin doon?
There is always an exigency measure of government. Anong pangyayari? Nandyan sila Attorney Abalos. Kanila yan. Yung ibang trabahante ko, hindi ko nakita. Baka nahulog na doon sa butas. I was expecting to see them there. Here, brother. We will raise the alert on the level that it should. Now it's just a rumbling, and it's spewing. I don't know if it's really the ashes. Apektado daw tayo, but it's not really a grave concern for us at this time. Maybe it will degenerate into something bad. By that time, you will know. Andiyan na lahat, nakaposisyon na yung mga gaya ng DSWD, si General Bautista, si Rolling, nilagay ko yan dyan because methodical yung niya. Mayroon na siyang advance mga warehouse for mga satulong. Pagka pumutok yung dahil, mayroon na doon. Naka-station na yung mga tulong nila. It could get worse, but I said, there will be instant gratification because there are workers on the ground ready. Yan ang gusto ko sa military. May methodical ang nila. And the rest are also good.
Okay. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President.
Kami? Art, okay ba yun? Magpasyal tayo doon sa Magpasyal tayo doon sa... Ha? Sinong gusto magsagay? Punta tayo ng...
Yung libreng sakay sa Santolan to Antipolo. Yung libreng sakay ng 2 linggo, Santolan.
Let me clarify. Yung libre for 2 weeks should be Santolan to Antipolo stations and vice versa. Now I'm going to ask for a favor. Gusto ko, hindi kasi ako nakakasakay ng train sa totoo lang. Walang train sa amin eh. Karumata marami. So, gusto kong magsakay para mamasyal. Ano? Okay, Art.
Programa, walang sakay.
Hindi masugot ang PSG, Mayor.
I'm sorry, but the
Walang pilot, walang driver.
Presidential Security Command will not allow anybody else to ride.
Saka walang driver. Para hindi